want to welcome Miss Kirsten Horner from Rapid Mindshift. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Bess. How are you?
Very well. It's so nice to have you. You're coming to us from what country?
From Australia.
How fun. How
yeah,
fun.
Queensland, Australia. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Would you please take a minute to tell our audience a little bit about yourself, about Rapid Mindshift, your business, and your experiences and successes as a business owner, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So Rapid Mindshift, I established the Rapid Mindshift Project nearly 2 years ago. And it's called Rapid Mindshift because I'm really focused on helping people shift through major issues like anxiety, depression, PTSD, significant issues in a rapid way. Really, I've researched and pulled together processes that really can help transform them quickly. So that's the core of my business. And then it's just supporting people with high performance, improved achievement in their life, getting on purpose, and really moving them forward.
And what industry did you come from? And then how did you make that shift into this?
Yeah, well, I actually worked for a long time in construction. I worked in sales, full commission sales and marketing. And it was through my own illness and challenges. I had a chronic pain illness, autoimmune condition that really knocked me for 9 years ago. And then in healing that, it took me about 18 months to really work through and find something that helped me. The specialist told me I'd have it for life, which really I lost a lot of hope. And I really experienced firsthand that link between physical pain and that emotional low. So that was the first time I'd really experienced that. And then coming through it, I then began helping other people with pain relief and progressing to find that a lot of issues, it was deeper than just the pain relief. It was really, there were emotional issues and psychological drivers and things behind what was going on the surface. And that's just led me into this rapid mind shift, finding ways to work with the mind, work with our incredible, amazing subconscious to really make things, it's amazing how quickly our mind can get around and understand things and move us on. Yeah.
Yeah, I get chills talking about this actually, because it's amazing. I feel like in the last few years, especially, more people are becoming conscious about the fact that your mind really truly controls everything, including sickness and health too. So very interesting. So with you starting your business and now having your own successful courses, masterminds, and also one-on-one coaching and helping people, knowing everything that you know now, if you had to start all over again, building it, what would the process look like? Because a lot of people are shifting right now into building their own and they don't know where to start.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good question. So, where I'd start if I was going from scratch again, I think it's just about getting running and getting moving. And I think I would ask more questions. Yeah. I would really, lock in with a mentor and coach earlier. And I always felt like I had to work so much out for myself. I think I would just trial things rather than feel like I had to get it right. Move away from that perfectionism, which was a big one for me, feeling like I had to do it on my own. I think you've just really got to find the right running crew, peers as well as coaches, and just keep asking questions. That was probably my thing that held me back. And also doing that inner work yourself. So the work I do now with people to help them clear those psychological blocks, I was learning a lot, but I wasn't doing the inner work myself. And then in doing that, in really looking at what's really holding you back, what's really stopping you, you can really open up and go a lot quicker. So, it's about speed. And I think one of the top marketers in the world talks about money loves speed. you know, when you get the action and you get momentum and you're on the move and you're making decisions faster and you're moving ahead, and just get the people who can help you do that. So things that would have taken me months first time round, you know, maybe you can do that in a day if you talk to the right person. So
How do you
that's
go
what I
about
do
finding
starting
a good
over.
coach?
Yeah, well, look, you've got to look at their run rates. You know, you've got to look at their experience and just look if they're further down the track than you. You do really have to pick and choose. As I've definitely gone through a wide range of working with people, and I've been really lucky. I've found some incredible, fantastic coaches, but at the same time, I did sort of research and just check where people were at and what their experience was, and were they further down the road from where I wanted to be, you know, in a big way, so that they'd been through it. That's the number one thing I guess you can check out in how to pick someone, and what is the success of their clients.
Right. All right. So, what is the biggest fear that you feel you had to overcome going through the process of building your business and shifting into your own?
Yeah, fear is a big one. I think I work a lot with clients actually around fear. It's one of the things that I really focus on, and I look at actually transforming it. Like, we've got to work with it. We're not going to get away from it. In fact, it's almost the opposite. You've got to run into it. If you're going to do anything new or learn new things, try new things, you know, go on this adventure, there's going to be fear that comes up, but it's transforming it into a feeling of adventure and excitement. So for me, one of my fears was just talking in front of people. You know, people don't believe it now, but when I was younger, I would not speak. I mean, I wouldn't talk in front of more than 2 people, and I'd go bright red, and I was just those nerves and afraid, and getting the confidence over the years to speak in front of people. And then I think with your own business, it's a step further. It's really speaking with that conviction, because you've got to sell yourself, sell your product, sell your business, and you can only do that with conviction and with that real deep belief. And that means having that extra level of overcoming the fear of expressing yourself, and obviously presenting in larger groups. I do a lot of just workshops and communicating to more people now. So that was the big fear for me. But whatever it is, it's transforming it into something that actually drives you forward, and making it that excitement to really conquer that next thing and go the next step and get your vision and that reason bigger than the fear. And last year, 18 months ago, I got diagnosed with tongue cancer, and I had to go through facing the fear of the operation, the fear of the illness itself. And it almost became one of those exercises of really transforming facing that fear into, this is an adventure. Now, it's not an easy thing to do, but you can definitely do it. So yeah, I think about transformation.
What are some tips you can give us on being able to take fear and transform it into a positive, like little nuggets?
So, excuse me. So to transform fear, the thing to focus on is to break it down. A lot of the time, fear, it's an unnamed thing. You know, it's just this feeling, and it becomes, you know, we have procrastination and we avoid doing things, put things off, and it's kind of put in the background. So to really bring it to the front and name it and see what actually is it, and naming that fear. Because sometimes when you really bring it out into the light, you break it down into smaller parts, it's not that big a deal. Like, sometimes we get worked up into actually like anxiety sort of states, which are being fearful of the feeling of being afraid, but not actually having a specific fear. So the tip to transform fear is to break it down into smaller parts and really name what it is, and then to just find your inspiration. So I always look at fear versus inspiration. So if you look at them on two different sides, and my word's inspiration, you know, that's my word every day, inspiration, inspiration. It might be for someone else, it might be, you might have a goal, or it might be motivation, it might be purpose, it might be love, fear versus love. For me, it's inspiration. And so it's always looking at, in that moment, am I in fear or am I in inspiration with the thoughts moment to moment? You can only have your thoughts in one area at a time. And it's a choice that we make just minute to minute. So choosing to push that fear into a vision that inspires you.
That is, I love the way you put that, because you made it so simple, and it is. We as humans make it so much more complicated. So thank you for that. That's great. What does success mean to you?
Well, it's a lot of things. I think most simply, it's it's a feeling of contentment in who you are. And I think having a sense of purpose is really important to feeling that sense of success. And it's what you define, you know, what that feeling of purpose and what gives your life meaning, what's important, whether it's how you give back to the world or what you have to share or something that's contributing. Excuse me. So I think success is different in some ways for everybody, but just keeping it simple and bringing it back to believing in yourself, feeling a sense of contentment, and feeling a sense of purpose.
That's the ultimate. We all have our morning routines that help kind of keep us going throughout the day and keep that mindset. And I would say morning routines to start off your day, but of course we have our little things throughout the day that keep us motivated and going. What does yours look like?
Yeah, I love a morning routine. You know what? This is a tiny thing, but this is really fun. My first part of the day is just before even really waking up, before getting up, it's just to smile. It's the tiniest thing, but you know, that feeling is an energy that goes through your whole body. So last thing at night, first thing in the morning, just smile. And the funny thing is, if you do that for a few days, a few weeks, it starts to happen automatically. And you know, it's a little bit odd, but you wake up with that smile. And for me, in terms of getting moving, I think just getting my body moving. I do dancing. I do a dance for a warm up, you know, till all my joints pop. I turned 52 last week. There's a few things that pop.
Happy birthday.
And so I dance, then I do exercises. I do just simple weights, simple exercises, bit of stretching, flexibility yoga, and I do 5 minutes of handstands. Love my handstands. I take the dog for a walk. My favorite part of my routine is I make 1.5 liters of fruit and vegetable juice, which just keeps me going. I do that 5 days a week. And after I've done that, and walk the dog, I go for a short run. And that's the whole package. Yeah. So it's getting the body moving, really.
Yeah. It makes such a big difference. And I like the smiling in the morning and smiling in the evening, those muscles.
Yeah, and it just goes through your whole body. It just goes, goes through every part of your body and gives out the right signals. So the morning routine is really critical because it gets my head in the right space. So I don't love running, but I love that it challenges me and it pushes my mind to a point where it's kind of fighting back, and it gets that sort of feisty energy going for the day. And it gets me just with my intention right for the day.
Love that. So do
Mm.
you have anything else you want to tell our audience? Any other advice for them when starting a new business or getting their mind right? Anything else?
Um, I think I think the key is really what's the thing that you feel most passionate about, because it's got to come everything. Like I was saying, I mean, I love sales. I'm passionate about sales, and it's such a massive part of business, of really making anything tick over. And it doesn't matter how great a product is, how great your service is, um, you've really got to sell the heck out of it. And so to do that, you've got to have that real heart in it. You've got to have that conviction, and you've got to be able to get up every day and really know that this is really important. You know, it's something that's really going to make a difference, or do what you say it's going to do. It's going to really give people what they're expecting and more. So yeah, I think it's looking at what really drives you first, and then finding an avenue for that.
Yeah, I love that. I agree with you. Well, I want
Mm.
to thank you for taking the time today to speak with us. This has been
Yeah, thanks,
amazing.
Fez.
I love it. And I'm going to be giving you a call to help me with some mind shifts too.
Ah, yeah, we've got some great little kick-ass strategies out there.
I love
So
that.
yeah.
And I can't wait to see your new program you mentioned. So that's exciting. And can
Yeah,
you really
fantastic.
quickly, before we go, brief overview of the program? You said they can literally see a major shift within the first session.
Yeah, so I do a 12-week program. I have there's 6 main mind shifts. So
Mhm.
6 essential mind shifts so that you get a significant breakthrough. And a breakthrough really starts, the most important one is the first mind shift, which is what I call building the foundation. And that foundation really comes from looking at the root cause. So what is the root issue behind, what's holding you back? And sometimes you don't really know exactly what it is, but we can uncover that really quickly. And it's just 6 steps of building from that foundation and having ways to tackle emotions, thoughts, old wounds, and building up to that inspiration level. So at the end of that, you've really got what is your purpose, but you've got your inspiration list, and you've got what really drives you, and you know what your personal psychological drivers are. So it's that whole package of building that foundation, resolving the past trauma. And everyone's got it.
Oh, yeah.
We've all got it in some way. That's life. That's what life brings us. And finding the gifts in that is what actually really propels you forward. So yeah, it's building those strengths and then moving up to inspiration.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Well, thank
Mm.
you so much. I look forward to.
Thanks, Fez. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great to have some time with you.
Absolutely. Really appreciate your time.